So what do you do if your yarn comes to an end or you find a knot in the skein? How do you attach a new piece of yarn to continue crocheting? Firstly, crochet as many stitches as possible with the yarn tail that you have. Sometimes, but only if you're lucky enough, you will be able to continue crocheting the round without even bothering to take out the knot. The knot itself will stay on the wrong side of your project and will not show on the right side, but in this case the stitch is incomplete, it's too tight, and the knot definitely has to go. You can pull it apart just like I do or cut it out, whichever works best. Make sure that the last stitch is intact and lay the yarn tail down. Once that's done, grab the other yarn. I'm gonna use a different color for better visibility, and place this yarn tail side by side with the initial yarn tail. Pinch both of the yarn tails down to your project, then get a hold of the yarn and switch the hands you're pinching with. Make sure to hold it securely so that the working yarn is nice and tight. Insert your hook back into the loop and adjust that loop if needed. Then continue as usual, this time yarning over with the new yarn. Once the stitch is complete, you can let go of the yarn safely. Then tie together both of the yarn tails twice to secure them. Once that is done, continue crocheting as usual. This method works best for attaching the yarn of the same color. As you can see here, the very first stitch we made has an orange post and a gray V. This happens because the last loop on the hook forms the V at the top of the next stitch. To make the next stitch entirely in the new color instead of half-half, let's go back to where we started. Instead of having a complete stitch before changing the color, we need to remove the hook and pull out just the last loop that we pulled through. Pick up these two loops with the hook again. Then we will go through the same process as before. Align the new and the old yarn tails side by side, pinch them down to the project and grab hold of the yarn. Then complete the last gray stitch with this new yarn. Now the next stitch we're gonna make is going to be entirely orange because this loop on the hook is orange. Ensure to check and adjust the size of the loops before tying off the ends. Also, consider cutting off the excess yarn before moving on to crocheting. Now let's make a couple of stitches. And finally, as a result, we have a distinct change of colors.